Good morning and welcome to Politics and Business Television, where business meets politics, of course, and the real issue takes center stage. Today, we are going to look at two stories that define the state of the nation. The first story, or rather the topic, is why is Governor Makinde being attacked, for calling on the UN probe. And secondly, we're going to look at the NNPCL secretly hired top managers after diverting some form of oil exploration in the north. These are very serious issues we are going to talk about today. The first one, like I said before, is the case of Makinde being under serious attack for calling for probe, and then the second one is the South and the NNPCL hiring senior managers, top managers from the South. All right, still have with me in the studio today to look at and, of course, examine these issues. Mr. Ibrahim Shaibu, good morning.
Morning, Mr. Siki. How are you doing?
So fine, Mr. Ibrahim. This another Thursday with another story.
Exactly. Another serious topics.
Yes.
Exactly.
Makinde is under serious attack. Everybody's saying why. Some people are saying why calling on the UN. Whatever happens in Nigeria should stay in Nigeria.
Yes. Before now, I also belong to this school of thought. I see no reason why we will continuously keep inviting foreign countries to come and help us solve some of our internal problems. But like I said yesterday, because somebody has started that and it's now becoming a trend. Yes, because for the first time we had somebody going as far as the American Congress to complain that there is allegedly Christian genocide going on in Nigeria, and he invited as a result, American soldiers were sent into Nigeria. They came, stayed among us for some time. We don't even know what they did, and now they left, having been satisfied that all were allegations. All were false claims. In fact, they made that statement before they left. So now also this opened up the opportunity, new opportunities.
We also have the issue of Elijah telling Atiku to report
exactly about what is happening politically in Nigeria.
Yes.
So you see, so it has now become a trend. It has now become a trend. Politicians will always look for an opportunity and then try to abuse an opportunity. We have no problems have been happening in other countries. So countries try to solve their personal problems by themselves, using their own institutions and agencies and machineries and resources at hand. By the time you are inviting foreign countries to come and interfere in your internal affairs, domestic affairs, you are opening up doors for you to be continuously subservient to those countries. Yes. So in another 100 years, I don't see a possibility of us becoming truly independent countries.
Are we?
That is what I'm saying.
No, even before now.
We are supposed to be.
We have political independence.
Honestly speaking, we are supposed to be.
Do we have economic independence?
We don't.
Now,
we don't.
Makinde said that for 7 years of governance loss, he has never seen this kind of thing before.
Never.
And again, after declaring his ambition by 4 p.m.
Just few hours
after then.
Yes, so although I'm against the idea,
and again, there is this allegation that even the rescue team that came to rescue those girls, as the chief security officer of the state, allegedly that he's not aware.
Exactly, and then the children were not given an opportunity to speak to the press people.
I didn't hear any of them speak.
Exactly. So ordinarily, as although I totally negate the idea of us always inviting foreigners to come in to help us settle our problem differences, but in this particular case, I don't think I take exception to that particular case, because already we have gotten used to inviting them to come.
So let's
we are approaching 2027 election, and then there are foreign observers that will be coming to witness or to monitor the election, and these things have a very, very, very direct effect on the election come 2027.
Definitely.
So inviting the UN probe, I think for me, is a step in the right direction, even though I'm traditionally opposed to always inviting foreigners to come settle.
But the wise man said that everything is funny until it happens to you.
Until it happens to you, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the issue of the South, secretly hiring top managers and NNPCL.
Yes.
And of course, diverting
diverting frontier exploration funds.
Yes,
actually intended for exploration of oil in the north. Yeah. I think, according to some report, I think this is based on order 9 of the President, His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, calling for the reversal or redirecting of those funds to something else. Those funds were actually intended to explore oil, because that report also shows that the oil deposit that we have in the south is gradually eating up. Yes. And then there are huge chunks of hydrocarbon deposited in virtually every part of the north. So those FEF funds were actually intended for that exploration in the Chad Basin around Borno area, the Sokoto Basin, the Benue Trough, the Gongola Basin, which is actually in Adamawa State now. So these are the regions where hydrocarbon in large quantities, in fact, in explorable quantities, have been discovered. That those monies were put aside so that oil can be explored in those northern regions. So this has been a long-term plan, actually, long-term energy sector program. It has been going on since Buhari was supposed to have implemented these things. Unfortunately, he did not. So those monies were put aside, and now His Excellency, the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, using Order Number 9, directed that those funds should be directed elsewhere. So this is yes, exactly, and this happens to be one, according to one expert, he said this is the biggest policy reversal on the Nigerian energy sector since the Petroleum Industry Act came to be.
Okay, well, we get to look at it properly because this is one too many issues that that has the capacity.
Exactly, and in addition to that, there is also the question of the recruitment. 15 senior executive and managerial positions had been replaced in the NNPCL, and you'll be surprised to find out that 8 of those are from the Southwest, and then Lagos was treated as not part of the Southwest. So that means 6 from the Southwest and then 3 from Lagos. That gives the Southwest entirely 11 positions. The Southeast was completely ignored. Then 6 were given to South-South, and then only 1 position was given to North. In the North, it was somebody from Kogi State. So all this shows concern. All these are actually violated principles of federal character. It violated principle of transparency. And even those positions have not been advertised, which also violate the traditional NNPCL model or system of recruitment and hiring policies.
So the federal character was jettisoned.
Of course, of course.
Okay. We'll come back to it, and of course, and we'll look at it holistically when we return. We're going on a short break, of course, and when we return, we'll go straight to the newspaper review. This is PMB Money Show here in the nation's capital. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after this time. Let's go now. All right, welcome back to PNB Morning Show live here in the city of Abuja. My name is Kenneth Chidi, and of course, I still have with me in the studio Mr. Ibrahim Shaibu. Mr. Ibrahim Shaibu, good morning one more time.
Thank you, Mr. CK. Good morning, viewers, once again.
There's a lot of talking points there and discussion backstage, even before we resume the break. So much concerns and so much issues surrounding this very dispensation. Why is it there's so much drama and so much beam of searchlight of what's going on in this administration? From January down up to this time, it's been one issue or the other, boiling down to alleged fake agency, litigation battles here and there, deregistration, non-deregistration.
Drama across the political spectrum.
Yes, of course, we saw one of the going interesting
in and out of court all the time with the opposition parties.
Interesting political primaries ever seen, where we saw some form of a mathematical integral.
You keep forgetting.
I
political indefinite integral.
Political indefinite integral.
Exactly.
We saw so many issues.
So many issues.
You know, and in fact, I don't know if this is how democracy is designed to be anyway, but there are those who will say this is not democracy. This is democracy disguised and under the.
Honestly, we are saying a lot of new things happen under this political dispensation. Actually, something entirely very new.
Yes.
I keep laughing because I had one guy calling this dispensation as a political democratic dictatorship or something like that. It's very, very strange actually. What we see happening politically in this country is very, very strange. And then economic policies, although the government keeps saying that we will begin to see the fruit of these policies later in life. Then I can't. The term later is relative actually. Later when?
We've seen promises. We've seen promises
for people as well as I. When is the later? When is the future?
We have seen unfulfilled promises with the issue.
So many unfulfilled prayers.
We have seen the one of we pay work fee for every child.
Exactly. These are bold statements. These are bold promises. Before this government came into power, the power promises, the promises to pay that no child deserves not to go to school. That we promise to pay work fees for every Nigerian. So many promises like that, and then more are being unveiled.
We're going to be borrowing money to other nations.
Exactly. And then you see, we are now watching total opposite of that. Instead of borrowing money to other nations, we keep borrowing more than any other nation on earth today.
We're touched.
Exactly.
Okay, now the newspaper review.
Okay, yeah.
Let's go to the newspaper.
Okay.
What are your expectations this morning?
Well, I think I will continue to see extension of the Court of Appeals ruling over the call for INEC not to recognize the leadership position of David Mark in the ADC. I know Atiku made a statement to the fact that he is now rushing to the Supreme Court. But also INEC yesterday came out to say that despite the Court of Appeal ruling, they still recognize Atiku and 740 other candidates submitted by the ADC to their portal. So I think we'll see much of this on paper, but I keep praying that we see less and less of abductions and violence and kidnapping across the country. We are looking forward to seeing a day or two or three that we will not see any.
How about the Phantom Council? Are we still, that issue is still lingering?
Yeah, I think it is now subsiding because actually the alleged Director General has been arrested, and I don't know whether his father has been released. I don't think we'll see much of that for today actually, unless if maybe it has already reached the stage of a legal battle.
Okay. First newspaper, please. The Guardian.
The Guardian. Row over INEC's deadline compliance as parties seek further extension. Row over INEC's deadline compliance as parties seek further extension. Yes, I think there are about 3 parties that have not yet submitted their candidates. I can't actually give you the names of the parties, but if you're interested in finding about that, you check it on The Guardian. In fact, on page 6 of The Guardian.
All right, page 6 of The Guardian is where you'll find the roll over INEC's deadline compliance as parties seek further extensions. We have another juicy headline here. We have headline inflation stagnates at 15.59.
Headline inflation stagnates at 15.9%.
Okay.
As rising energy prices trigger fresh concern.
National Assembly proposes fiscal autonomy for state police. Would that work?
Oh, of course it will. They do the legislation.
Local government autonomy has not worked.
Well,
Has
this
it
is
worked?
different. The local government autonomy.
It is not different.
Listen, you ask question whether it will work because local government autonomy did not work. Local government autonomy works against the interests of the governors of the state. That explains why it did not work. But the creation of state police will actually work in favor of the sitting governors of the state, and that is why it will work. It will also serve the purpose of some of the
fiscal
members
autonomy.
Yes.
Is that not empowering the governors more?
What?
When you give the state police fiscal autonomy, that will empower the governors.
That is what I'm saying. That is why it will work. You are asking whether this one will work. I said this one will work.
Now I get your point. You're very correct.
The governors.
Because the governors have absolute power.
The local government autonomy is like taking their hands off control of funds that is going to the local government. Instead of local government funds going through the hands of the state government, it will now go directly to the local government chairman. And the governors have been working against that. That is why that one...
Directly and indirectly.
Exactly.
So this is why we work.
Of course. Anything that will promote their interest and ambition, it will definitely work. That is why they keep bringing all these policies now before they exit in 2027, because I'm sure a greater majority of them are exiting.
The issue of Media Carey's 210 trillion is up again. Senate gives NNPCL auditors 1 week to explain 210 trillion
unreconciled figures. Yeah.
The kind of money they cut away in this country is allegedly is mind-blowing.
If you add to that, the fund for the exploration fund that has been diverted, you will see that so much money has been shifted from where they appropriately.
And we have a lot of states. Did you see the primary school built by Governor Alex Otti in Abia State? My God. That was United States standard.
Let me tell you something.
Primary school.
It's not that we do not have the money or the resources to do wonderful things in this country.
It's on the social media.
It's just that we don't have our politicians do not have the political will to bring about development to Nigerians and to the country. We have everything. We have whatever it takes to move further away from poverty, deprivation, underdevelopment, and so on. But we don't have politicians with the political mind.
Honestly.
To build the country. Yes.
Honestly.
Again, Tinubu Defense Administration economic reform. Again, Tinubu Defense Administration's economic reforms.
Okay. Court orders finance for future of 40 properties linked to Malami. Oh, you can see the properties.
I wonder how much of future they will do against this guy. So when did he had the time to amass all this?
It is very fast when you have the billions and trillions in your hand.
He was nobody before Buhari's administration. Was merely a private lawyer having a small chamber somewhere in goes nowhere.
That's the sad story about politicians. They get into office and they amass all kinds of wealth. You can see properties.
Senate rejects PFIPC probe as Atiku slams federal government over 6.44 billion naira World Cup budget. Senate rejects PFIPC probe as Atiku slams federal government over 6.44 billion naira World Cup budget.
Senator Kwai, one of the senators that said, "I'm not afraid of suspension." You saw the video? He called for, he called for the probe of Bajabiala Miala, that's the chief of staff, that he wants to, an independent probe, he wants to probe the issue. And of course, Senate rejected it. The probe. And I keep wondering, why is the Senate rejecting so many probes?
To me, this
the
is...
probe for Nigerian Army account
this
was
is not different from supporting corruption.
The probe for the 210 trillion allegedly was rejected. Now the probe for the core, or the probe for the phantom agency is now also being rejected, allegedly. Federal government evacuates another batch from South Africa. Brings count to 1,490. Okay. Next newspaper, please.
The Nation. Court orders final forfeiture of 48 assets linked to Malami. Court orders final forfeiture of 48 assets linked to Malami. That is referring to the former Minister of Attorney General and Minister of Justice under the Buhari regime. I think they've got to make him dry. I wish they would do same to all those that have fights with the AFCC, honestly speaking.
Well,
Because
there are
this
those
is-
who will say
if
it's
it can be-
selective punishment.
if the net can be expanded just like the tax net has been expanding, I think will bring sanity
But there are those who will say
into the system.
that some of the punishments here are selective.
Obviously, there are a lot of
Allegedly.
allegations as regards that.
Of course, we heard when
because
Oshomole
selective-
said sometimes ago that when you
selective
joined the
justice-
APC, when he was the APC chairman, that your sins are forgiven.
If today he will say cross carpet, I'm telling you, you will find him tomorrow buying the ticket for either gubernatorial or senatorial ticket. I'm telling you.
All right, Police Service Commission opens portal for 550,000
New policemen.
Would that be the new policemen for the state police?
No. This is Nigerian Police Force.
Okay.
This is Police Service Commission.
UN
United
wants-
Nations Wars of Terror threat in West Africa Sahel. That is talking about insurgency and terrorism. You know, the Sahel is one of the most dangerous trouble spot in the world now.
Yes.
That is from northeast Nigeria down to the
South Sudan
Niger,
and the rest of them.
Mali.
South Sudan and the rest of them.
Yes, South Sudan is part of Sahel. They are mostly West Africa.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think Sudan is Central Africa, right?
Abbas Bamidele
Mm.
bill will provide safeguard direct funding of state police.
Please, can you zoom it? You want to
Abbas
zoom it a little
Bamidele
bit. Mm.
bill will provide safeguard direct funding of state police. Okay.
Mm.
So the bill will provide and of
No,
course-
down. Bring it down again. No, down. Yes. INEC portal opens. INEC portal opens Saturday for governorship candidate upload. FASC highest ever 2.5 trillion share to federal, state, and councils. Council refers to local government councils. Highest ever 2.5 trillion share to federal, states, and local government councils across Nigeria. So if our governors are receiving such huge amount of money, why is the general population in the state are not feeling the impact of those monies released by the federal government? That is why sometimes I just find it very strange when people keep criticizing the federal government, because they are releasing funds to state. Citizens are closer to their state than they are to the federation. Whatever is being released from the federal allocation is supposed to be, the impact is supposed to be felt by the indigents of those states.
Well, for me, the answer to what your worries and your concerns is go and get your PVC and vote next time.
Of course.
For
Thank
those
you. Thank you for that advice, Mr. CK.
Because the truth about it is that there are people
Mm,
with due respect who will never learn their lessons.
mm,
When they come banging on your door with a bag of rice
mm.
and quickly you will not go and vote again. And then you still keep complaining.
Sad.
So sad. So sad.
So-
Next newspaper, please.
Senate is helping the Orire family. Senate leaves families of Orire kidnapped. Senate leave families of Orire slant teachers and security operatives with 50 million naira. You want to read more about that? Go to page 4 of the Nation. The
Okay.
Tribune, Nigerian Tribune. This is the same. Court
Same.
orders final for future of university and 47 other properties linked to Malemi. So the guy even has a university, private university. Court orders final for future of university and 47 other properties linked to Malemi. Tinubu to attend Onga in September, Jimo Ibrahim announces. Then Orire, Senate donates 50 million naira to victims and families. Nigeria's inflation eases slightly to 15.91% in June as food prices rise. What is the relationship between inflation
And the food
and-
prices.
and rising? I expected to see if the inflation is declining. I think that should have
it should have
translated to-
reflected in the price of food and commodities.
Exactly, it should have
And,
reflected. I think they are directly proportional, right? They should be directly
Of course,
proportional.
economic theories,
Yes.
they should be directly proportional.
So now that you are giving me a statement that's inversely proportional and you are asking me to clap for you, okay. Clap for the economic system.
This is a real, well, I don't know. There's some disconnect here.
I too.
All right, let's go up. Take it
Another
up.
abduction. Gunmen abduct Kogi school principal and students. NECO official during exam. Gunmen abduct Kogi school principal and student during NECO official during examination. Wow. That is very, very sad. Police probe illegal narco center and intensify rescue effort. Police probe illegal narco center and intensify rescue efforts. I think more energy should be exerted on the intensifying the rescue effort rather than probing the illegal narco center, actually, for now. And then strangely enough, you will see how long it will take now. I have nobody make a statement before this abduction also took place, just like the Oyo abduction.
Well, I don't know if anybody declared any ambition.
And I don't know whether somebody has promised to set somebody or some state on fire before this abduction also take, because these things are now becoming interlinked. I can't understand it.
Okay, one statement comes up and then something else happens.
Oh, exactly.
What?
Exactly. Is that what you call ripple effect?
Well, ripple effect. Well, you can say that again.
I hope there's no ripple effect to that too, because nothing is any longer straight in this country. Nothing is.
People are becoming bolder to speak and of course act accordingly.
Honestly speaking, nothing is any longer straight.
Plans to place state police funding on first line charge. Senate.
You know what first line charge means, right?
First line charge.
Monies to be allocated elsewhere even before they enter the military something. Yes.
The state police is why is it that there's so much interest on the state police this time around?
They will speed up everything before 2027 election, and some states will even be eager to establish their own, just even as 2 months close to the election time. This will serve the governors and strong politicians immensely to fulfill their political ambitions. I'm telling you. What has taken the local government autonomy not to work for almost 2 decades now, for almost a decade now, this one will work just now that they started. That is to show you how selfish and self-serving our politicians are. I'm telling you, I don't know when they will ever get it right. People in other same countries join politics for the good of humanity. Ours join politics for the good of themselves. Otherwise, how can you explain somebody having how many billion dollars in his house? And we have been seeing this ever since we have started political dispensation in 1999. People hiding monies in silos, people hiding monies in sockaways, people hiding money in their houses. Some children of former governors and ministers laying down, making a bed of money. Can you imagine that? It's very, very strange. Our own situation, actually, I don't know whether a human being will be safe. Okay. Next paper, please. You can't begin to explain some things.
Okay, Atiku, that is fake agency scandal. Atiku presidency clash as Senate rejects fresh poll. Atiku is marking them.
Exactly. That prop has
providing the opposition what opposition really means. Speaking out.
Let me tell you something. In a very serious country, there are 3 things that happen in this country that will have pulled down the government. You see, this creation of fake agency is one.
210 trillion.
Then that 210 trillion naira that is not part of our budget, that is not budgeted for, is also strong enough to have become a scandal.
What of the 34 trillion?
Yes. So all these things, exactly. But Nigeria being Nigeria will just easily sweep it under the carpet. And then people like Atiku, people like Obi will keep on exerting pressure till the right is done. And why do they always keep going against props? If they have nothing to hide, will be afraid of prop.
Look at what Band the Punch is blocked here. Poverty threatens 79% of Nigerians despite reform.
Says World
Bank.
79% of Nigerians, which is by far how many? What is 79% of 250 million? You are talking about almost 200 million.
That's crazy.
Yes, and of the 50 million, I think it's only 10% of that 50 million that will be referred to as averagely comfortable. And only 1% are absolutely, stinkingly, bastardly comfortable. Yes.
Tinubu to attend UN General Assembly in September. Of course, Police Service Commission unveils 50,000 police recruits. All right.
State police, UK backs reform as National Assembly lists safeguards. Can you zoom those riders under the Atiku presidency clash? Let's see what it takes. Fake agency controversy deepens as fresh calls for probe rise. Ex-Vice President challenges 1.3 billion naira agency funds, calls for independent probe, queries World Cup 6.4 billion budget.
President fires back at
Atiku,
backs
ICPC probe of scandal. So I want to ask that 6.4 billion budget for World Cup. One, I know that we have not qualified to go to the World Cup. Two, the World Cup is currently being played, and I can't see any role that Nigeria is supposed to play in the World Cup. Why setting a budget of 6.4 billion? Does that even make sense?
Well, your guess is as good as mine. So many funds,
and we are talking about billions.
So many funds,
not even hundreds of millions.
Unreconciled figures and funds, allegedly, literally all over the whole place. Allegedly.
Is everything okay in Nigeria?
Hmm?
Do you think everything is okay here in this country?
Well, Mr. Brian, I've never seen this kind before. This is quite unimaginable. Since the inception of the Fourth Republic. Allegedly unimaginable.
So many irregularities.
All right, let's
many
go.
irregularities.
Next newspaper, please. Or let's look it down. 6 killed as of course gas truck explodes at Kogi Army checkpoint. Wow.
So many
World Cup, Argentina beats England, face Spain in final. Of course, I watched that game, and Messi is adjudged to be truly the greatest of all time.
Who cares? Court orders federal government take over of 48 properties linked to Malemi. Who cares about Messi?
In as much as I know you are not a fan of Messi, just can I moderate this?
No, but that works.
At this juncture, I think you need to take it easy. You don't rush, please. This is newspaper review. I know you are not a fan of us.
I found it difficult to sleep last night because I was so happy when England scored the first goal. I was so happy. I came and started.
But that was a tactical error.
I kept looking for the stupid producer. I said, "Where is that stupid producer now?" So,
tell the coach of
2 minutes later, I saw a collision.
There is no way you can defend an attacking team such as Argentina for.
I beg, let's do a newspaper.
You know, and you are attacking and you are leaving Messi by the right flank, free.
You see, he's shoving Face's name to my face now.
Yes.
If I like, make I die. Yeah. That's what the guy is telling me.
Messi gain Lions pain. Messi's gain
Lions pain.
Yes, the 3 Lions, of course.
Argentine legend breaks England heart as champions set up Spain final.
Yes.
Argentine legend breaks England's heart as champions set up Spain final.
Of course, he was the man of the match.
No.
He's the man of the match. He was one that gave them the 2 goals. His assist. What position? Messi is a footballer. Don't go there. Leave ball for Messi. All the assists, you know, in football, you regard the person that gave assist even more than the person that scored.
I beg, let's do other things.
Okay, thank you. I know, yeah. And for those of you watching,
Osimhen, Leeds versus Alvarez alternatives. Ajabi ready for London Diamond League showdown. Nadozi anticipate WAFCON surprises. Nadozi is a female, is a Falcons player, right?
Yeah, well, you are still talking about Falcons. You don't want to talk about Argentina.
Argentina broke my heart yesterday.
You know, Argentina it came from behind to win their matches.
I was so happy when England scored the first goal.
Against, they came from behind against Egypt. They did that. And now they did it. Even at the World Cup finals, the last World Cup, they came from behind to also win. So
you're looking forward to them winning the World Cup?
They look good
against Spain.
They look very good.
Yamal do.
No, but Yamal is Messi's boy now.
I know there's
a father and son.
Football is not a respecter of father and son.
It's a father and son affair.
So no.
I hope you know Messi was carrying Yamal as a baby.
Yeah. It doesn't matter.
But this time around, it's a father and son clash.
Too. You know, the father is now declining, the son is now rising.
Messi has not even declined, unfortunately.
He will.
He's the highest goal scorer now.
Actually, he has.
And he's in the finals.
I don't know why you are wasting our time, precious time, discussing Messi. Honestly speaking. Yes.
No, for those of it, well, I rooted for England, fortunately. But I rooted for England, but at some point I had to stand up and give that ovation to Messi. Give it to who knows.
You didn't have to stand up to give it.
Yeah, I stood up yesterday. I was clapping.
Yeah, I wasted your time.
No, I didn't waste my time.
I've seen also other time wasters yesterday. I have also seen other time wasters.
Well, whatever you want to call it, Mr. Brian. All right, thank you very much. Okay. This is the much we can take on the newspaper review this morning in Politics and Business Television. We're going on a short break, and then when we return, we'll go straight to the first topic of the morning show. Go nowhere. We'll be right back after this timeout.
Countdown is over. Countdown is over.
All right, welcome back to PNB Morning Show here in the nation's capital, Abuja. Okay, my name is Kenneth Chidi, and of course, we're going to look at the first topic today, which is, a lot of attacks on Governor Makinde for calling on the UN to come and probe, of course, the Ibadan school children kidnap case. Okay, joining me in the studio this morning to take us through this very section of the morning show, and of course, to add more flesh to this issue is Madam Mikiata. Good morning, Madam Mikiata.
Good morning, sirs.
And of course, good morning, Mr. Brian Shaibu.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Okay, Mr. Brian, your voice is low this time around. Now we have to talk about this.
I'm shouting.
I've talked a lot now. At least somewhere Mickey is here now to take over.
It's good. But you see, this is one issue too many that we must talk now.
Of course we must. Of course we must.
You know, you told me before now that at some point you were against Nigerians going abroad or going to foreign countries.
Exactly.
Because of assistance.
Yes.
But now, with the way things are now, like I said,
exactly.
A wise man said everything is funny once it happens to you.
Exactly. I just said I'm taking strong exception to this particular call by Makinde. But ordinarily, I'm against us, not only us, I'm against any other third world country inviting foreigners to come and take care of their internal domestic problems. I said this, I think this is the third time I'm saying this on this same platform. And I also said it in one of our outside discussion programs.
But now you think this one is call is the right?
Yeah, because we have already broken the jinx now. We have already invited them to come and do a lot of things. So now for this particular very important situation, yes, of course. Because we need to get to the root of this particular matter.
Where threats were issued, and of course,
because the circumstances surrounding the abduction and the rescue of these children is very, very baffling. There's more than meets the eye, actually. So I think he is the security head, the chief security officer of the state. He might have said something to warrant for that statement and call for the UN to come and intervene to make independent international investigation into the matter. Yes. After all, there are people that say that if you threaten my political ambition, I can even set your state on fire. And then this thing happened after barely 2 or 3 hours after declaring that he's going to run for the presidency. Evidently, he might have said something. For now, it is an allegation. But after the investigation, after the probe, we must see the truth of the matter. We are talking about
the video that we saw. There were those who said they are not really convinced in that video.
Of course. Were you convinced?
I was one of those who said I'm not convinced.
And for one thing, the faces that I have seen are not faces of children that have been eating Indomie for 56 days.
Indomie is big.
Their eyes were very bright.
Let's assume they ate noodles.
Exactly. Indomie is very big.
No.
How did noodles find its way to the book?
Number one.
Indomie is very big food now.
No, it's not nutritious now. These are synthetic foods. They have not been eating fruit. They are not eating vegetables.
My worry is
they have not been eating fish.
My worry is
yes.
One of my worry is
yes.
I expected normally when we see the police arrest suspects,
we are coming to all this. So we have not seen the criminals. We have not seen the criminal, the rescued people and their children have not been allowed to speak to the press.
We didn't see any gunshot.
We didn't see any gunshot. We didn't see even the criminal. You cannot rescue all this number of pupils and teachers without catching at least one criminal to display to us. Normally, when you catch armed robbers or abductors or kidnappers or whatever you call them, you catch them, you anchor them, and then you display the weapon that you caught along with them. Do you understand? Have you ever had a kidnapped person tell you what they were fed on when they were in captivity? Kuli, granite. Even those ones, they will just count granite. There will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then put it on your hand, and then they will give you a sachet water for 6 of you to share.
You're very wicked.
So we have not seen malnourished children there. We have seen children that are well kept, well nourished. Their eyes were bright. Their teeth were puffy.
Oh God.
You understand? And then nobody was allowed, no policeman was allowed to interview those children. So there is more that meets the eye. So when the governor called for foreign international probe and investigation, although I'm generally opposed to inviting international countries to come into our domestic affairs, but that one, particularly that one, is a step in the right direction, and I fully support it. Not only me, I believe a lot of Nigerians have supported that call. Even the State House Assembly has also supported that.
Even Makinde, the chief secretary of the state, allegedly is not aware that,
there's this manhunt for the kidnappers was ongoing.
You see, as the chief secretary of the state, yes,
Allegedly is not aware.
he has, as the governor of the state, he must be informed of whatever the federal, whatever federal action is taking place within the confine of his jurisdiction. Why was it not has it not been made public?
But do you rely till now?
Can I come in?
Before you come in, do you also rely on the report of the UN? In the UN, do you see the UN coming out with a very credible reports?
Of course I will. Because these ones are they are obviously independent. That is why in the first place he said let the UN. It's not only UN, no, he also called other international civil organizations and human rights groups, international human rights organizations and civil society organizations along with the UN. So it's not like he's only inviting the UN for the prop.
Okay, Madam Meki, your mouth has been itching. You want to come in?
Yes,
now it's time to come in.
Right, and here I come. Before I even enter the tape, today is a very the skies are the skies are not what you're seeing there. They're double that color.
I thought I'd see a reflection of the real sky.
No way, man. It is so dark. But if you're out there, well, I wish you a safe trip over to your office. You have to hurry up.
Okay.
It has started dropping. Anyway, that's for that. Well, for Governor Makinde, I would just give him, first of all, I'll give him my roses. I'll give him my applause. You know why? Minus calling for probe or anything else. That is on the other side. But on his own side, he mentioned these. I listened to his speech that night. He said, these are the things I'm going to do. I am going to make sure that that forest area, that entrance into the old Oyo camp, itemize all the things he is going to do. Have you ever heard that? Ever. Because if that had been done in Chibok, there wouldn't have been a second and
This is a very good plan.
If that had been done in Zamfara, maybe in a particular place, there wouldn't have been a second one. If the government had been sensitive to this, a Safe Schools project where money was accumulated, aggregated, collected, appropriated, and the schools are not safe. If that had been done instantly, that Orire school wouldn't have been tampered with. So I'm very happy he is mentioning proactive steps he is going to take before he called for an independent probe. Now, an independent probe to me is something that has been so lacking and so needed in a whole lot of matters. Let me take, for instance, an example where, I mean, the policemen are doing very well, right? But where you have something what the Americans call dirty cop, that particular policeman that is rather aiding and abetting crime. You saw what happened to his name Ome Ben during the Anini saga. There was no way Anini would be so successful if not he had a high-ranking police officer, and they fished him out, and he was also
made to be part of the team.
He was made to be part of the punishment. He was made to be part of the punishment. So a situation whereby you call the police to come and investigate action of the police, it's like you being the judge in your own case. You understand? Here we have the federal government. We only have federal police for now. And you have now said, oh, we've found all the children. Thanks and glory be to God. And ended the sentence there. Where are the kidnappers? Up till today, we haven't heard that ongoing search is being done to find out the very last kidnapper. Nothing. Whereas, if we had an independent probe, we might have called UN, it might have been anywhere. Maybe you would have called ECOWAS. Maybe we would have called some independent body. He just called UN because we are a member.
Exactly.
You understand? We are a member. We're signatory to UN. We collect their inoculation. We do all our things with them. So maybe that's why he called them. And they usually do all these kind of recontour projects. So I think the call to me, the call is the call of somebody who's passionate, who is disturbed, who is worried about the welfare of his people. He wants to know. Let's get to the bottom of this in order to find solutions so that it doesn't happen again. In his speech, he said categorically, for 7 years, this has never happened. This has happened now of such a wide magnitude, such a horror, such innocent victims, and then with deaths, murders. The only one that we could even pardon is that a child was sick. The remaining ones were slaughtered, murdered. So he is saying, let's not be too sentimental. On my own side, I'll be saying, oh, look at what has happened to my state. On the federal side, I say, oh, well, we've rescued them. we saying let somebody independent come and fish. What happened? How many people died? How did it happen? How did they happen to? How were they able to stay so long? Is there, and give a report.
Talking about independent probe.
Right.
A particular senator, of which we are going to see the video this afternoon, was calling for a probe.
Yes.
Of the case, the alleged phantom counsel. And of course, the Senate said no.
Shouted. Did you watch the session? Hey, it was as if he was asking them to bring human head into the chambers.
So why is the Senate stalling various probes allegedly? We've had
that is why many Nigerians are allegedly are alleging that the Senate in itself has been compromised. They are singing somebody else's. They are dancing somebody else's.
In the words of Idikalo.
Yes, because everything that involves prop, everything that has to do with corruption.
Idikalo said, the former DG of Human Rights Commission, that the Senate, he thinks the current Senate is a disgrace. That's his own.
Honestly speaking,
Senator Kawu Samaila, Senator Kawu Samaila, said that he asked, what else could they possibly? I would have thought that the Senate would immediately this scandal broke out, would have even had an emergency sitting in order to find out how did it, one, come into the budget, two, how was it defended by us?
Exactly.
Can you appropriate 1 naira?
No.
Can any Nigerian appropriate? Not even the president. You don't have the right to pick 1 naira.
Up to this time, no list of an appropriation committee had been seen.
And let us investigate to know how that money was inserted into the budget and how were we able to clear it?
Which appropriation committee cleared it?
Hey,
Who defended it?
He was even threatened with suspension. How dare you will soon suspend you? Can you imagine? You see people even saying that, are we turning into a basket case? Or are we turning into kangaroo court?
Sometimes I will just sit on my bed and remember certain things that is happening in this country and then begin to laugh.
You now want to even look at the type of people that are attacking Makinde over this call. We have people like former Governor Ayo Fayose. Governor Ayo Fayose is a joke. No, he's a joke. First of all, I watched his brother Isaac Fayose, who said, well, Senator Shomole, of course, is credible. But, I
thought he was part of those attacks.
He attacked them. He attacked them. Senate President, Senator Shomole, Ayo Fayose. Ayo Fayose is somebody, what did he do while he was a governor? And after that, he's been wanting to be everything. He's wanting to be relevant. So now he's in the PDP, also doing, so he's one of those PDAPC governors. PDAPC. That's what I call them. PDAPC. He has no direction, no focus, no ideology, nothing. So now you're thinking, okay, maybe, now I've heard that the government is against this UN probe. You now jump onto it and take that position. This is somebody we saw where he was picked up also for corruption.
Well, there are those who will say Nigeria is a sovereign nation. Why would he go? Whatever happens in Nigeria should stay in Nigeria. Is it the first time our school children have been kidnapped? The likes of Borno State. We have school children there.
Former First Lady and Senator Hillary Clinton said categorically, and this world has adopted her maxim, that this world is a global village. The world is a global village. And we are not asking for, it would have been different if we had said, please let Russia please come help us. Or controversial US, US again, let China. No, this is a body that oversees, all countries, most countries are, so as signatories, and Nigeria is a member.
After all, they are being involved in all the global wars that are taking place. There's always involvement of the UN, even in the current war, Iran-US crisis and Israel crisis, the UN is fully involved. So it's different from us asking China to say, or America or Russia to any country to come and intervene. Exactly. We are asking UN and other civil society organizations, other human rights organizations across the world to come and probe this case. You understand? Because we have seen, just like Nikki has stated earlier, we have seen situations whereby the security agencies themselves have been part of a lot of conspiracy theories. We have seen this happen. We have seen security agencies, whether the police or the army, supplying money with weaponry, with ammunition. We have all seen this in those our 20 years experience of insurgency and banditry. So you understand? So it's not surprising.
Next question, are you saying that the trust deficit is responsible for Makinde going?
Yes, it's definitely part of it. Yes, Even
He does not believe.
the leader, some of the leadership themselves do not exactly
our ability to probe and come out to the very reasonable. Because at some point we saw the chief of staff, who is supposed to be allegedly a defendant in the matter, now being fired as what, as a witness. And of course we saw him, being assigned to head another committee. Few days even after this whole
presidential committee,
saga came up. So with all this whole conundrums and of course political brouhaha, is it not what is responsible for Makinde saying, okay, let me go outside and let's wash our dirty linen outside?
Well, I do not see it as washing dirty linen outside at all, because like I said, we're members, we're in UN. Seeing it as washing, just say, let me not wash dirty linen until they kill the whole students in all the schools in my state. You understand?
There'll be no linen.
Okay, there'll be no linen and no washing. But I think for me, I'm not in his heart, so I might not be able to really assess the trust deficit. But I'd rather look at it as a case of, like I said, thou shalt not be a judge in your own case.
Good.
Because you're only going to judge yourself, well, give yourself 100, or let me just put it 99 before they say I gave myself 100. That's how you're going to do it. So he's saying, let an independent person come and look at it. That way we see where we are falling and where we're rising. And I think I have no qualms with that whatsoever.
So all the probes.
I think for me, it is not actually about politics coming from His Excellency Governor Makinde. I think it is about justice for the victims. I think it is about reassurance for the people and about restoring public confidence that every Nigerian child must go to school. Because if you leave this kind of things in the hands of government, it will just be swept under the carpet like any other problems.
Like it's happening now.
Exactly.
We have not, since that day that video came out and the children came out, that has been the end. Up till now, we've not had one reassurance that they're still unfailingly, we are going to ensure that we bring them to book. Rather, it's Sheyi Makinde who said that he rather wants justice to be served for those people, and he wants to get all the kidnappers.
No list has been provided, no picture has been shown of the criminals. You see, we haven't seen the arms or the weapons or the guns they use in abduction. We haven't seen anything. We haven't heard a single statement from either the teachers or the pupils. So I don't think they are accusing the federal government accusing
will not keep quiet
and will not lie.
They will not lie. The government is accusing Makinde of weaponizing anything available, including strange conspiracy theories. But I don't think so. I don't think the government is playing politics. I see a person that's concerned about the welfare of his kids. I say his kids metaphorically.
Yes.
Yes, because he's the father of the state. Yes, he's been emotional. He's been passionate about the welfare and concern of his citizens.
So you are saying the government is being honest.
Exactly. And then again, why is this particular administration always shying away from probes, always shying away from investigation? Whether it is in the Senate or in the executive. They have nothing to fear.
Bring out the victims. Let them talk. You know how children cannot. If you tell her, when you go, tell her that I'm sleeping. She will only come and say, Mommy said I should tell you that she's sleeping. Have you one? So allow these children. They are the ones who are involved. Let us, we are journalists, let us get to speak to them.
So they should unveil those children.
Right.
Unveil us the opportunity to interview those children.
Right. And the teachers.
And I hope they will not be it will not be choreographed.
Coach them, choreograph them, they'll mess you up. I told you what they'll do. Coach them very well now before we come.
We will end up having to say, I think he said I should tell you that I was kidnapped.
They said I should tell you that I'm back. From there, we will now know now. So we'll ask the next question. We're professionals. Don't worry. Just let us ask them the questions, the relevant questions. Bring them out. You do it with everybody else. Why is this one now being shielded? No wonder the governor is asking for independent probe. Why are these ones the ones you are shielding?
Strange. Strange things are happening actually.
The more you see, the less you understand.
Okay.
And that's for me, that's sort of good. Because my worry is that within a short period of time, so many call for so many probes, call for probe has been jettisoned.
Of course, so many calls will be coming up, and so many rejecting will be had also.
Army budgets? No. What again?
About 3 or 4.
So many. No.
Yes.
If you know you don't want to be there, you need to go out. That's your work. We'll tell you this is what you have to do. You say no.
Carry
NNPCL.
Yes. No problem. Everything. No, don't probe.
Which is tantamount to no. Let's not do our work.
Well, Finally, before we go,
Right.
Which way forward now? What do you expect? Do you see UN responding to us for that call, or do you see some form of foreign influence? Maybe one or two.
Of course, we expect to hear from the UN because him making that statement also shows that he might have already contacted them. The correspondences might have already exchanged. So we are looking forward to hearing from them. I don't think he can make that statement without actually contacting the United Nations first.
There are those who say, what if after this 2027 election, of course, that the current president wins the election? I'm just painting a picture here, allegedly. What will be the fate of Makinde?
Allegedly. Okay, continue.
What will be the fate of Makinde?
We don't know.
Makinde is contesting against him. So what else? What other fate? Is win or lose?
Well, if Makinde contests, of course, you wouldn't be surprised to see Makinde, the anti-graft agency is going after him.
Is that one a question?
I don't know. Let's wait and see.
I refuse to laugh.
Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see.
In Nigeria, we've seen that.
No, I want you to understand one thing.
When governors
in politics,
I've already told you there's an escape
that when
route
governors
here.
are not in support of a particular government, and again, the governor ends up winning. The first thing you start seeing.
To answer that your question simply,
It's a simple way
just
out.
remember, just understand that in politics there's no permanent friend and there's no permanent enemy. Anything can happen between now and that period of time.
Okay, they can still be friends.
Exactly. Anything can happen.
Even Erufai, those who say
Anything can happen. I've never in my life foresee a situation whereby Peter Obi and Konkoso will come together and form a coalition as president and vice president. And now they seem to be one of the team they're sending shivers to some people.
Okay, because
politics, yes.
Let's see how this
Because
goes.
at one point there was a time that Konkosa happens to be the what do you call it? The chief whip of among the northern governors. Anything that's happening to northerners, any bad thing that's happening to northerners across south, he will be the one to leave his state comfort zone and then go there, contact the governor, and then exchange word. At one time, he was with Peter Obi when there was allegations that northerners were being treated badly. Sure, you understand. So, but today, look at them. Look at them. They are just like senior brother and younger brother, trying to wrestle power from someone.
Let me tell you something. Sometimes, some of these allegations are also
No, don't even go. Don't even
I'm
explain
coming.
that. No, I'm just making it as a
Can I
point.
have Mr. Ibrahim?
Don't
Sometimes
explain
you
that.
must understand that as a moderator. You can't have two moderators. So
Moderate.
fine. Sometimes I always say these things. Some of these informations, some of us don't have first-hand information about it. Some of us. So that's why we use the word sometimes allegedly. Because you don't have on a spot assessment of what happened. And these people at that level in politics, they know. They do. So that is why, as journalists, we should also mind how we use our words so that we don't entangle ourselves in some form of what we call defamatory statements. Anyway, that is for me. That's all I can take for now for the first topic. We'll be going on a short break, and again, excuse me. When we return, we'll go straight to the second topic of the morning show. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back after this time.
All right, in case you're just joining us, this is the morning show here in the city of Abuja, of course, and the Politics and Business Television. My name is Kenneth Chidi, and of course, in the studio, I still have with me Mr. Ibrahim Shaibu and Madam Nikki at okay, Mr. Ibrahim. It's time to talk about the second topic, which is a very sensitive one, and of course, and I want to say that it has generated a lot of concern in the poll in our country today, where we have appointment of managers, senior managers, mostly from the south, and of course diversion of oil exploration that was meant for the north, funds for the north. What is going on in Nigeria, Mr. Ibrahim?
Well, for the first time in a long time, we are experiencing another fresh controversy in the energy sector in Nigeria, where we see recent recruitment of 15 positions in the NNPCL that has taken place in violation of the principle of federal character. And the entire exercise, according to many Nigerians, there are allegations of a lack of transparency carried out without public advertisement and without clearly defined selection criteria that the NNPCL is known to have. Before now, NNPCL always advertised their positions strictly based on the federal character and also based on confidence and expertise. But for the first time, somebody is dictating the tune elsewhere, according to an insider somewhere, that this is in a long time, for the first time, the principle of transparency has been violated in this selection.
Is it just transparency? What about the federal character?
Of course, I mentioned federal character first. The issue of the federal character, because of the 15 people already listed, already employed, already hired, 6 are, strangely enough, the Lagos State alone was capped as separate from the Southwest. So 6 positions were already allocated to people from the Southwest, and then another extra for people from Lagos State separately.
Making a total number of how many?
Making a total number of 11, I think.
Out of 16.
Out of 18. Out of 18. Out of 18, 8 from the Southwest, 3 from Lagos, making 11 positions for the Southwest. What baffles me is, why are you treating Lagos as separate from the Southwest?
In the first place, we have 11.
Yes, they are. So when we put the Lagos and the other Southwest together, they are having 11 positions.
So how many from the Southeast?
Then from North, none from the Southeast. Then 6 from the South. Then 1 from the North, and from the North, from Kogi State. Do you understand? So you can clearly see that maybe if we say, okay, fine, Southeast is also from the South. So the South now have how many? 11 plus 3, making 14. Do you understand?
What part of the South?
This essentially
Southwest.
Southwest and South. 11 South. Do you understand? Then I think 11 Southwest, then 3 South. I think I have the figures here. I have the figures somewhere here. Yes, okay. 15 senior appointees were recently met. Southeast has 8, South has 5, Lagos State alone has 3, and North Central has 1. So Northeast 0, Southeast 0, Northwest 0. So you can see that clearly the principle of federal character has been not even violated, has been raped, R-A-P-E-D. Because you are cutting entire half section of the country out of the system. You understand? Because you do away with Southeast, you did away with Northeast, you also throw away the Northwest. Even the North Central will only take 1 position from Kogi State. So this is this calls for serious concern because it clearly, and then it has not been advertised. It has not been advertised. An agency like the NNPCL has always been advertising their vacant positions. They will advertise it on the pages of the news, Nigerian dailies. They will advertise it on the national television station, and sometimes even on the radio. People will submit applications, and then they'll be invited for examination and interviews. These are not getting place. Wow, your guess is as good as mine. That's what they are trying to find out now. That's what they're trying to tell Nigeria.
The other issue of oil exploration fund meant for the north that was diverted to the south. You don't know anything about that?
Yes, I think the oil exploration fund, what is referred to as the FEF, was actually established under the Petroleum Industry Act to finance exploration activities in Nigeria's inland sedimentary regions, which are all in the north. Because there is a belief that the deposit of hydrocarbons and oil in the south is actually being exhausted, and there's need to explore other avenues. And it has been identified that the following sedimentary basin comprising of Lake Chad in Borno State, the Sokoto Basin, the Bida Basin, the Benue Trough, and the Gongola Basin, which is in the present Adamawa State, are all currently regarded as Nigeria's most promising anti-hydrocarbon sources. So a huge amount of money had been set aside for the exploration of this. And this is not a new thing. I think President Buhari would have been the person to have implemented this project.
He did.
He did?
Yeah.
Okay, well, the large portion of these sums are there, lagging in the account, but now President Bola Tinubu, using Order 9, I think it's Order 9, gave the order to suspend the fund, which undermines Nigeria's most strategic long-term energy program. And what did he do? He asked those funds to be returned back to the federal account.
Is that the right direction? Federal account?
Exactly. Oh, that's just the order for now. That's just the order for now.
Don't you think the essence of returning to the federal account is also to ensure that federal part of the countries benefit from that?
Just few days ago, we were talking about taking money that was meant for the, what do you call it, Almajiri system, being diverted to the construction of roads and other things. Do you understand? So if it is now taken out of that exploration money, is taken out to undergo or to fund other projects, is it not complicating issues? Why are those money actually in the first place budgeted for that activities?
Whereas we still have about 17 million Almanjuris running down the street.
Exactly.
All right, Madam Mickey.
Well, for me, I would have thought that if they had a time frame, maybe if you were estimating, because the possibility to me is not as high as where the oceans and all those kind of places are, where you have a better chance of finding oil when explored. But I would have thought maybe if you had this time frame, if in 5 years of consecutive drilling, searching and that, if that exercise did not yield anything that's profitable. For instance, if you used $50 billion US, which you borrowed, and drilled and you just found 1 drop or 2 drops, something that's not economically viable, I would have said in that time frame you shut it down. But if you just arbitrarily said, well, I make this executive order, I'm just going to shut it down, then, it now becomes a little bit, it calls for concern. And then now channeling the money to come and rest in the federation account. What is money? What's the definition of money? Exactly. Money, by definition, money is what money can buy. You understand? If you have a big storehouse in your house full of money, if I see you, you're as good as the next poor person. Money is what money can buy. It's when I see you with the things that you bought. Oh, this one really has money. Thank you. It's value. So now a situation whereby we have solid minerals in the north. You didn't say, okay, let's, maybe at this point in time we've spent this amount drilling for oil. We've not had so much commercial quantities, or we didn't see. Why don't you then say, let that money now be channeled into maybe organizing our, what do they call those places? The mining. So make the mines more safe. We've had one situation whereby whole mines, people will just fall in and sink in because the ground is so slippery. Make the mines safe, or make the mining industry more, should I say, of international standard. Not a situation whereby this one will come in from one China and come and grab the whole gold that he sees in this part of the. Make it more of standard with that money. But just to say, well, I use this order, I close it down, they must not look for any more oil in the north. Push the money back to the federation account. For me, I find that very, very, very. Would I use the word unprofessional?
I find whether there is oil in commercial quantity in the north or not. Experts have discovered, analyzed, and confirmed, and the federal government believed for a long time that there is a large deposit of hydrocarbon on commercial level across those states. They were earmarked and indicated. That's why they choose. The discovery is more than those listed. But in those particular areas, the Lake Chad Basin in Borno, the Gongola Basin, the Benue Trough, all those ones that are listed, that are expert analysis and expert opinion. In fact, the report goes further to say that the industry players express concern that these two developments violate transparency and regional inclusion, corporate governance, and Nigeria's long-term energy sector security and crisis. These are the experts talking. These are people that have been in the energy sector for decades. These complaints, the document that I'm quoting from, is not just from any other person. These are from experts. You understand?
Yes.
So it's a call for concern. This is more, as far as concerned, it is even more dangerous than the recruitment something.
But
It is the experts that are also saying that.
I also argue with you that this one-sided recruitment has been ongoing in other sectors, the CBN, and in fact, I was discussing with a very close friend of mine who sometimes gives me lift when I'm coming to work, and he said he visited a particular department and the same NMPC that it was occupied predominantly by a particular tribe in Nigeria. Everybody, in fact, that was the official language, the reason why he could not even penetrate that place was because he doesn't even understand that language. He got there, and everybody there, they were all speaking one language. But now there are those who argue that why is it that in this country that tribalism is one strong factor that determines our form of employment in so many sectors in this country? Why?
Well, I think it's becoming strange, as according to an insider from the report that I've gotten, that this is happening for the first time in the NNPCL, because it's not ordinary positions that are being filled; they are executive and management positions. That is what makes it different. It's not recruiting people from the lower cadre. Those 18 people are entirely executive and managerial positions. So they normally advertise these positions.
It's like
what do you mean
by
ministerial?
Form of that.
Senior executive, exactly.
It must have the geographical spread.
Exactly, the federal character. It must have geographical spread, and even if you feel that you need to bring in people with the required qualification, expertise. Exactly, and it must be based on the qualification and expertise, and then accorded transparently, and then in accordance with the federal character. But for the first time, it has not been advertised. This report is coming from an insider. I know that insider will not give their names. Do you understand? So I think that is why it is a matter of concern. We already know it's true.
Whistleblower policy is still ongoing.
It's true. You see that it's true that we have allowed tribalism to take the better part when it comes to employment and other opportunities in this country. Do you understand? In the North, for example, it is the general belief that anytime there's international grant or maybe national grant in Nigeria, the people from the North have been marginalized. And it is true. For a long time, I'll give you an example. There are a lot of organizations that have submitted forms. They have been listed for one grant or the other. That was about 3 or 4 years ago. When the list came, most of those people that have enjoyed it, that was even during
That's 3 or 4 years before this.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm just giving you an example.
Okay.
80% of those that have enjoyed those grants, according to the list that emerged finally, that was during Buhari's regime.
80%.
Yes, are from the Southwest. And it was during Buhari's regime. But someone explained, one of the explanations given was that sometimes Northerners feel very lazy in trying to fulfill the conditions.
Let's just stick on this one, because we might not be able to focus on that one. Exactly. But now we have this now, NNPCL. You secretly hired top managers from the South.
Exactly.
NNPCL, the buck stops on your table. Please, you want to open up the books. Let's see how you did it. You can ask some of them to step aside.
Yes.
Ask them to step aside.
Let me tell you something, and I'm going to challenge what Mr. Ibrahim said. During the reign of Buhari, let me not even talk about the national level. Let me start from where I play football. Everybody from a particular part of this country, even at the level of NYC, they were selecting jobs as if it was a Ponzi scheme. Small boys, I don't want to talk. They were. At some point, my cousins have never been in Abuja before. Was looking and was asking me, is that how they do things? I said, well, you are saying it happened. I understand the language. You see them talking this. I say, I don't want this one. There's no money here. I want NFIU. I don't want this one. I want jobs. It was stressless for them. I'm telling you where I play football. At Lokoma. Small, 23, 24 years old boy. And in less than 6 months, Mr. Madamiki, guess what? Most of them were driving cars, exotic cars. And my brother was like, is it not so the thing easy? So you see this tribalism thing, which if we don't tell ourselves the truth, we keep romancing it, it will continue to consume us.
Good enough. This one has now been exposed. You cannot sit down there and be hiring all the top managers from the South. So is it only the people from the South that are very good in management?
Next time another tribe, another person will enter there and
all the top managers from the South area. I mean, what's that about? So since you enter them and they're top managers,
in fact, were you not the one that told me that a particular report where Nnamdi Azikiwe also employed a lot of women?
Exactly.
So Buhari did it.
I know that I'm not holding one particular group of people responsible. I say it is our culture as Nigerians, and it's very
I will hold them responsible because I'm seeing it. You NMPC secretly, secretly, you hire these ones from the South. What's the meaning of that? You can give them, please, ask them to please step aside quietly, and then you open up your books and now do another recruitment exercise in line with what you were asked to do. It has been done before.
Even though so bad at the front of the newspapers, allegedly, you will see the way newspapers, carve their headlines. You will understand the body language of that newspaper and where it's coming from.
I remember you are the one that taught me how to identify which part of the country the particular paper is coming from.
The PR.
Yes.
I have been in the media space for some time. I know that sometimes.
Let's read the name of the 18 people employed.
And I know that most
people from the name.
And I know
yes, I told you Adam. I will lie you.
No, there's no Adam.
And I know that one thing I know for sure. I have been around the media space.
Okay.
I've been around the media space for some time. And one thing I do know is that some of these things, the way the topics are being coined, if you are very sensitive and read between the lines.
No, you told me how to do that, and I'm already now master in that.
A particular information that a particular newspaper will not project.
I only need to see the first 2 pages. I will now know where a paper is actually.
Yes, you will know.
So, Mr. Uncle, please, will you allow me to read?
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah. So, according to document obtained by -- which indicate 15 senior appointments that were recently made, with 8 appointees from the Southwest, 5 from South-South, 1 from Kogi, and 3 from Lagos. The appointees are Adenimi Morenike Adekunle Ogun, who is the Chief Relations Officer, Asaolu Ibiyemi Fumilayo from Ekiti, Managing Director, KMPC, Etukudo John Eondim Akwa Ibom, Treasurer, Ibenedion Emoreshele Patrick Edo, Chief Commercial Law Officer, Ode Angelo Okde Kogi, Chief Corporate Communication Officer. Others include Olageshin Olasufo Ogun, Chief Security Officer, Omogi Iponwosa Edo, Special Assistant to General Counsel and Company Secretary. Onimirinde Fadabi Delta, Senior Communication Advisor to the Executive Vice President, Business Services Ayodele Akinwale Ondo, who is now the Head of Tax Planning and Advisory, and Moreno Valentina Uyumboy Ibarra, Rivers, Special Business Advisor to the Executive Vice President, Downstream. Also appointed are Sangodele Orotomi Olokayode Oshun, Managing Director, NAPED, Yusuf Shaleba Nicole Damilola, Lagos Business Support and Service Advisor to the Group Chief Executive, Damilola Aduni, also Lagos Technical Assistant to the General Counsel, Company Secretary, and Damilola Aduni, Lagos Manager, Investor Relations, and finally Adeyemi Adetayo Abraham. A source familiar with the NCCPL just recruitment expressed concern over exercise, saying that the company's long-standing record of transparent hiring has been compromised. Historically, NNPCL attracted the country's best professionals through open, competitive, transparent recruitment. What we are seeing today appears to be different. Senior positions are being filled quietly without public advertisement, while experienced officers are leaving the system. The document or the source said.
Well, from what you said, it was not like one was Southwest and one was in Lagos. You mentioned all of them were mentioned by their states. But the thing that even hit into my ear was it?
No, there was a point where
they all sound like they were all Yoruba.
How many Southwest?
Yes, there was a point. There was a point where
there was Southwest different from the Lagos. All the states were mentioned, and all the states fell into the south.
Exactly.
They all fell into the south and fell, but they all shifted to the southwest.
I don't think I had anyone from the southeast.
That's what I said. You didn't let me learn. I said they all sounded from the south, and as found they shifted to the southwest.
Now, listen, Mr. Uncle, I just read a particular place for want of time, but somewhere in the part of the document, it was clearly stated that so are from so region, so number is from so region. Exactly.
Nigeria, we hail thee. All right, thank you very
Our
much.
own dear fatherland.
Well, that is how much we can take on the morning show this morning. Thank you, Mr. Brian. And of course, thank you, Madam Mickey. Well, we pray that tribalism does not take.
Honestly speaking, it's eating deep into us, and it's very, very unfortunate.
All right, sir. This is where we are going to, stop for the first segment of the morning show. We go on a short break, of course. When we return, we'll go straight to What is Trending by Ferry Josephine. Go nowhere. She'll be joining us to take us through to What is Trending. This is Beyond the Morning Show, live here in the nation's capital, Abuja. My name is Kenneth Chidi. We'll be back after this time out.
No.
All right, welcome back to PMB Morning Show, live here in the city of Abuja. This is the last segment of the morning show, which is What is Trending by Ferry Josephine. Ferry Josephine, all black. What is happening?
Just in the spirit of the moment, I would say.
What moment? Are you mourning someone?
I am not mourning someone. I don't really see black as a sad color. It's just it's a color that
Okay, black is beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Okay.
That is it. It represents strength to me.
Okay.
Yeah, so I feel in a way this morning.
I'm
Good morning.
black.
Good morning, Mamiki. And of course, Mamiki too is flying her black. Yeah,
Yes,
so
sir.
it's beautiful.
Okay, you have a
Yes.
touch of yellow in your.
Yeah, you see, so it's all good. Good morning, Mr. Ibrahim.
Thank you, Farid.
Yes, and good morning, our beautiful viewers. Good morning, Mr. CK.
You're trying to lighten up my mood.
I
I have the capacity to lighten up my mood. Don't worry about me.
You're good. I trust you on that one.
Trending.
We go straight into the video for today, going all the way to the Senate to get the video. Senator Kawu Sumaila. I don't know if I got that name right.
Kawu
Sumaila. Yes. He is calling on the Senate to prop the fake agencies. And he said something. He's not scared of leaving the Senate or being suspended or anything. I don't know if the call for probing of the fake agencies will lead to his dismissal or something. Do you think it will lead to that? Is there anything?
Not dismissal.
Not dismissal,
Yes,
suspension.
suspension, I mean to say.
Well, I wish that will happen, but it will not happen.
You wish it will
But
happen.
why will it happen
How
though?
do you wish?
Well, let me withdraw that statement.
Please.
Thanks for correcting me. I don't wish it happens anyway.
Okay.
That will not happen.
Okay.
Yes,
The question is this. The matter in question, does it exist?
it does exist. Straight.
So what's wrong in calling for probe? The current government, right now, the government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is adjudged to be the most. In fact, when they were at the side of the opposition, they provided a lot of opposition, including protests, whatever it is.
Yes.
Statements were made, call for probe, even call for resignation.
Yes.
Yes, we saw.
So what are we saying? They should, why? You see, the Igbo man will always say the Obama they become Magaya now. So he that accused with the cutlass.
Should also be.
He's scared of the cutlass going to his back.
All right, please let's have the video before we continue with the conversation.
My main concern is budget. Mr. President can constitute or can create an agency without the approval of the National Assembly. Constitutionally, he is empowered to do so. Therefore, I am not more concerned about that one. What we are concerned is who legalized the inclusion or who facilitated the inclusion of that agency in national budget, which is our constitutional responsibility. Who came and defended that budget? Who is responsible in the National Assembly? I don't know why you are calling for suspension. To suspend who? Who is here for suspension? What is suspension? I can live without Senate. I'm nobody. He is doing his work. I am doing my own. I am representative of the people. And I send my message. If Senate decide, I am okay. If not, but the main thing is that as National Assembly, we must talk because there is National Assembly is part of the problem and the President cannot do our work.
All right.
We must talk.
He's not
He
scared
hit
of
the head
suspension.
on the nail on the hammer. We are part of the problem. We are part of the problem. We must stop. See, if you are part of the problem, you must always have some little input into the solution to the problem. Oh, yes. Because like he asked the two relevant questions he asked, are what every Nigerian is asking every day, every moment concerning this issue. So how managed, if it was a fake agency, how managed it was budgeted for? Money was released to the agency and then an office space was granted in the Federal Secretariat. Excuse, how managed? And now he's just asking, let us as a body, saddled with the responsibility of asking, let us ask. You say, nah, if you try it, I'll suspend you. Can you imagine the imagination?
There is more to it that meets the eye. Mr. Ibrahim, please, let's have your take on this.
Well, Kawal Samaila, along with Senator Indumi, happen to be 1% of good senators within the Red Chamber. Yes, there might have been others, but I don't know about them. But even if there is 10 others, they constitute only 1% of the entire chamber. Exactly. Because sometimes whatever they say may not carry weight, but it is the truth. You can see from his body language, he turn and look at his colleague and say, who is scared of suspension? That means some people are even just for making that statement, some people are threatening him with suspension. Simply because he is standing by the truth. And that is what is lacking. Not the national, I'm telling you.
In this part of the world, that is talking too much. That is the feeling of talking too much.
Yes, but as
that is true.
As a human being, as a human being, as a Nigerian, and a stakeholder, and as a stakeholder, what happens in my country, that sounds like the truth for me. Because before Kawal Samaila answered this question, I already asked it in so many panels. Who authorized, before you allocate budget, somebody might have been, the budget might have been presented to the National Assembly and somebody might have come and defended it, and there might have been an appropriation committee that discussed with the chief executive of the organization.
And passed it.
You understand? And they passed it. And this is the same question he's asking.
The question is asking which Nigerian apart from Bajambamilia, who else that is not asking it?
In a very sane society, this scandal is enough to bring down the entire system.
Yes.
Because this is the highest level of corruption. Somebody buying an executive seat for the tune of 600 million naira, almost more than $500 million. And then key government officers are involved. And then somebody is denying, is denying them being called for props.
Now, let me tell you
something. And when one particular senator is not asking for the situation to be propped and you are not threatening him with suspension.
Let me also come in here. Now, it is that statement, what that statement means now, it is now a confirmation that the seat of the fake news.
As why clarify on that? Let's clarify, yes.
The senator is telling you who defended the budget. That means for a senator, meaning the agency existed. Because he said,
and we have the
giving credibility to the fact that whatever is called fake, whatever is in the budget existed.
It existed.
So he said, who defended the budget? That means the agency is in the budget. Page 50, page 51. So who defended the budget?
And we have the DG of the said agency coming during the time of the budget defense. He was in
the budget and the money that are not fake. The agency
is fake, but the money, the budget.
Yes.
So now the question still remains: who defended the budget? Because the DG said he was in control.
The billions.
Communication is something that they so call import of a statement. When the senator says who defended the budget of that agency, what that senator is saying by logic is that the agency somehow found its way into the budget.
And
Can you allow me to explain?
We're not in a ghost nation that the ghosts will be the one to take it to the Senate.
We were in a ghost nation now with enough ghost workers. Are we not?
Unfortunately, in as much as I want to say no, it is a yes.
What Nigerians here, clearly he said, that one is my addition. Although we are not aware of any agency existing, but the president has the right to establish an agency.
Yes.
Right?
He said
but
that.
Even if he has the right to create agency without our knowledge, then how did the budget came? Because the budget has to come before somebody defends it. He's now telling you that the fact that nobody came forward to defend the budget, it means that the budget did not even come to the National Assembly.
No, somebody said
It was defended.
no, you didn't hear it.
The budget was defended.
Yes.
The budget was defended.
The budget was defended.
Who defended it?
Yes.
Who defended it?
Okay, the thing is, whether it was defended or not, the budget was approved.
Can create an agency without the approval of the National Assembly. Constitutionally, he is empowered to do so. Therefore, I am not more concerned about that one. What we are concerned is who legalized the inclusion or who facilitated the inclusion of that agency in national budget, which is our constitutional responsibility. Who came and defended that budget?
It was there. It was there. Who defended it? Who defended it?
You cannot rest your case. The presidency has come out to denounce the agency.
But it is
Presidency has
there.
denounced it.
But it is
Who brought the name
there.
fake agency? Who brought the name fake agency?
And you know, the DG said he was in custody as of the time of the defense, so he did not even submit the budget to the assembly. He did not even know who sent it. He did not know
The
who
senator
did
is
it.
asking who facilitated the inclusion.
So it's a lot. So, I don't know why they don't want. Well, next video, please. Okay, on a very lighter note.
I'm sorry.
Of course, he should be happy because I will come with a lot of ease to him. All right, the next video on a very, very lighter note. When I saw that video yesterday, I just laughed. I said, that's literally like the situation of Nigeria. Please, let's have, before we get a take on it, let's have the second video.
Inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi raji'una. Ya ta lalace, ba a musu bulala, ba a hukunta su. Kuma suna nan a cikin Kano. Suna nan a cikin Kano. Na rasa Kano wai wani irin ni Kano wani Inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi raji'una. Ya ta lalace, ba a musu bulala, ba a hukunta su. Kuma suna nan a cikin Kano. Suna nan a cikin Kano. Na rasa Kano wai wani irin ni Kano wani
Well, that is technology at its peak, technology at its best, and of course, what we call in a local callers overload.
Yeah. I said that's the situation of Nigeria. We have a lot of things like overloaded, that's it, right now. A lot of things over us, even as individuals. We're not even talking about we're talking about people like you and I. A lot of things that will make you sleep, go to bed, overload. That make you go to bed and sleep will not come. You toss on your bed till morning. That's when I saw that video. That's the first thing that came to mind. I just say house rent, NEPA bill, water bill, school fee, security.
I'm trying to find out how much will be paid to that man that carried that, all those things. And again,
a lot of money, of course.
A lot of money. Is it enough to fix, to repair the damages that car will incur in the first place? And again, some of these vehicles, they also go to alter the spring. I know that one for sure.
See the fact that it's bouncing?
Yes, the spring at the back will be increased to enable it to cushion the effect of this.
Yeah.
This is a full 4-bedroom flat. Somebody is carrying. And of course, look at this one.
That's necessarily the mother of invention.
Even the bike man that overtook him, the passenger there was still amazed to see what kind of technology is this? You see, people are thinking outside the box. At least this one is going to ensure that rain will not beat him. Like
it's a bicycle.
It's a bicycle. That's some form of a local creativity. Anyway.
Yeah.
All this stuff going gets stuck.
Only the top gets going.
The top.
I think as far as it's concerned, it's mobile.
Yes. Yes.
And that's what I call electric car.
The car owner has nothing against this one.
So many different things in Kano. That's why there's a palace in the house that is saying
the coma maker.
Which means that whatever nonsense you come to Kano with, you don't pass it. You will see strange things in Kano. You can just imagine this negative. Is it bicycle belt or what?
I don't think that's
I think it's not. Correct.
It's about 2 billion.
Was it the
You don't want to
motorbike?
know the price. Let's talk about that. But let's talk about that.
The thing was built on a bicycle.
Yeah.
2024
It was cycling.
2025, I think it's about 2 billion.
But that's beautiful.
Very
though.
creative.
You create something beautiful out of the situation around you. Maybe that's during a rainy season, of course. And if you're in there, you have a bicycle, you wouldn't have to worry about rain coming
So
through.
there was a story that in Kano, you see all these my house brother that are selling cola nut on a very small train like that. So in a very bright sunny day like that, he was carrying his tray selling cola nut. Then he put a lantern on top, selling. Bright sunny day.
People see it well.
So that he's putting lantern so that I can see clearly. So another Kano guy called him Megoro when he came. Bright sunny day,
Yeah.
and there was a lantern. He brought out his torchlight and then.
And on it, just in case, I have enough light.
Don't leave Kano for the Kanos.
That's beautiful, though. Well, I think on a very light note, this is where we should wrap up. For
But before I go,
beautiful
the
man
issue
like
of
that.
the car that was overloaded, I can imagine what was said to make
In those kind of things, are also indigenous of Kano. They will just say, send us a America.
So this is familiar with them.
They should be used to this by now.
Just hear the commentary. He's talking about Kano.
I can make a lot of lessons from that overloaded car.
Yeah.
That's how we have been overloaded.
Do you know, there was a steering on the bicycle.
Oh, is it steering?
There was a steering.
Yes.
There was a steering.
Wow.
And a car headlight attached.
This
guy.
wow.
The car maker and
The corner maker.
whatever you come with.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you, very Justin. Thank you, Mickey. Thank you, Mr. Branchewu. And thank you, viewers. Of course, we cannot thank you enough because you made today possible for us. On this note, we are going to wrap it up and call it a day on the morning show. See you tomorrow bright and early. And of course, up next is sports. And for those that are lovers of Lionel Messi, you're going to hear more about his magical impact on yesterday's match. My name is Kenneth Chidi. See you tomorrow and God bless you.